would not connect again. So here we are. So I'm just gonna share this with my friend. And of course I had to turn the heat on because it was getting to be on the chilly side here. I get a good draft in here. But no carbon monoxide as expected. So, just for the safe side, I'll leave it hanging right here. Maybe we'll put it in the other behind. There we go. Now this is just heat. Now if I turn on the fan, now all kinds of heat in here rolling around. So it'll warm up nicely in here soon enough. Had to restart the stream. It just would not reconnect. It just kept sitting around spinning and spinning for like 5-10 minutes. It just would not reconnect. Period. So I've got my heater running now. That's the heater, and there's a fan part of it. So this fan is actually blowing the hot air. That was kind of, less than ideal, but such is life in donuts. So fine. The guy had it, and I couldn't get it. They don't make these ones anymore. They don't make the small ones. They make bigger ones, which would be too much for this size of vehicle. So it was worthwhile driving. I mean, I paid $10 for this, and included. There we go. This little rechargeable fan. That's really kind of cool. And I wanted to get a rechargeable fan. And here I have it. And it just plugs in with this one just uses USB-A. So now the fan I usually use for the front windshield to blow air around. I obviously didn't have that set up. I didn't know when I was going to use it, if I was going to use it. So, I got it. The fan part was actually run by a couple of D-cell batteries. But it all rust in there. They left the D-cell batteries in there, so you see a bunch of corrosion and whatnot. So I said, fine. I just cut that plastic out, and I took one of my battery packs, a solar powered battery pack. It was an older one, and it fit in that area just fine. So I mounted it in there, and because of the way it went in there, I mounted an extra USB cable so that I can recharge it, plug it in to recharge it. Theoretically, I could leave it in the sun. It could do some recharging there. But now I've got a usable fan, because the fan was only running off of how many D cells were in there? 6 volts, and USB is 5. So now it runs off of USB, and it's a rechargeable battery pack. Now it's really warm on my leg because it's really close to this leg. Just readjusting so that he's not blowing directly onto my leg. But so I've got a nice little propane heat. I got some good draft going on. I've got my carbon monoxide detector, which is obviously not going to pick up anything from a catalytic style heater, but I'll be good and warm in here. What is the notification? Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Well, you're streaming, so your privacy is going to be somewhat limited. I can't really get comfortable like this. I had to move this over here. I can lean. Let's see how the moon is doing. Hang on a second, just turn off the light. Almost gone, but I'm not seeing any of the red tinge that we're supposed to be getting. So, give it another little bit more time and we'll check again to see if we have any of the blood moon that's supposed to be happening tonight. What's the temperature saying now? That's saying 17.7. This one's a little harder to read. Let's see if I can get that red. There we go. 13.7. And my heater's only been on for, not even 5 minutes. Bump the temps up here 15 degrees without even blinking. So it does a real good job of heating up inside of here. And with the Reflectix and even the insulated curtain, I should do just fine for certainly keeping things warm in here. Now, that being said, okay, this is an all or nothing, so there's no moderation for the amount of heat it produces. It would be nice if it was a little smaller, but electrical heat still isn't practical for small vehicles camping outside in cold weather. Just because you need really big batteries to run electrical heaters. It's so power hungry. It's not really terribly efficient. The most efficient style of heating is propane, because it's the cheapest and easily managed. Now you have a good cross flow, so I've got my windows here. They're open enough in the crack. The rear hatch is actually not totally sealed, so I get enough of a breeze in here between the monitor, the fan, and the windows. That's all you need. You need to be looking after things properly. And if not done properly, that's when you run into problems. Now I didn't bring it with me today, but I do have a small heating pad. And it runs like 50 watts. And I don't think it's here at the front. My little power inverter for it runs that just fine. And they'll run off these little batteries, these little 50 amp hour lithium batteries. One of the times maybe I'll try that if I do this again on another cold night. I'll have to have the thing with me. The battery, the heated mat. I didn't bring it with me because didn't need it. Didn't think I would need it. This was kind of semi-rushed. It was a long day being away from the house. If I was at home, I would have organized this a little bit better. But it's nice that I've got the Reflectix up and testing this stuff out. And we'll see how blood red the moon really gets. It's supposed to be starting to get up there now. And that's a 2:15. I think the totality is at 257 max. There's only a relatively small sliver of it left. So, if I am still, I haven't checked the iPad in a little bit, but it should still be time-lapse recording. Nothing's, rock the vehicle to disturb it, but it should be fine. And then I'll have that posted up. But if you want to see the time lapse of the moon, Hopefully it does a decent job, because this isn't the ideal setup, but it's what I got. If you want to see the time lapse of the moon, that'll be posted on my other channel. Normally we would do the live on that channel, but that's still a new channel. Not enough people subscribe to do the live stream there. So hey, Elemental Journeys DD for Dragon Dawn, my nickname. Go over there, subscribe over there, then you'll see the time lapse of the moon. Assuming it still turns out good, I won't know until obviously when it's done. Let's see some messages. Someone else having problems with their internet. Could be just a supplier issue. The fact that, my live stream dropped after about 215 minutes, but my other friend who is an hour and a half away from me at the moment back home, is having internet issues. So here we are. And we have a new wave of people up and about, I see. So hello everybody, welcome to the live channel. I want to take a good drive and go and record the Lunar Eclipse. I got my iPad sitting on the roof of my vehicle doing a time lapse, and I'm inside here just waiting for things to kind of happen. Do another check. Yeah, just the tiniest of slivers left, but no coloring that I can see. So it is slightly disappointing that I'm not getting any of the coloring. Let me just turn off the fan on that so that I just had the fan running to blow the heat. This is a handy little unit that it has a fan to help blow the heat around, as opposed to just semi-radiating from where it is. Ooh, I can actually see in the shadow the heat radiating off of it. It's impressive when you've got this low Coleman. Let me just. I don't know if it's just getting into the red, because it looks like it. It's so quiet and dark out here. And so many stars. I wish I had a camera that could pick that up. That's wild. What time is it? 2:34. Maybe that's all we're gonna get. It's chilly out here, that's for sure. All right. Go back in the vehicle. Back in my pocket again. Okay, looks like we're back again. plug that in, but apparently and we're back. I got the heat back on again. Move some stuff around. Give it some more time. There's only a little bit of red, which is kind of cool to see. Just this in of itself. I've never actually looked at the red moon, a blood red moon before. At least not that I particularly remember. I dropped it a few degrees, which is not bad. But yes, comfortable in here. Chilly out there. I'm still feeling reasonably awake enough. That's on my drive home. I wouldn't take down all the reflectix. I would do obviously the passenger driver's side door and the just look at the reflection sometimes at the and the curtain. But I would do the rest of tomorrow. Just enough to get out and drive. I had to move the iPad because it was definitely no longer facing the moon. So I think the time lapse might be not so great. Get parts of it, but yeah, not the ideal situation for recording a lunar eclipse. I wonder when the next one is. I'll have to look that one up. Maybe I have a better chance, but maybe a little warmer out, and I can adjust the recording of it a little bit better. It's almost 3 a.m. right now. Days have been up. Here we are. Heading wasn't really designed for this vehicle or its particular use, but I'll replace that too eventually. But it does the job. Help store my blackouts and reflectix up there. But hey, I do want to appreciate IDK being concerned about why I'm in my car. I do it for a good reason and on purpose, not because I'm forced to live in it. A lot of people choose this. There's nothing wrong with that. Choosing it is a I just didn't like anything else. Sometimes you just don't want to engage with society, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it can be a real, pain in the ass. It's not obviously it's not for everyone. People want to choose how to live. I'll go back to Bob Wells and cheap RV living again when he talks about working for 60 some odd years. Oh, what am I sneezing up? Only to have maybe 20 years that you can enjoy, not in your prime. And that's a hard truth. I'm sorry, I was listening to, I heard some sounds, so I was listening outside. And seeing what the sound may have been. So, yeah, choose how you want to engage with the world. You should engage, I believe. There should be some engagement. How much? Choose how much. That's a hard thing. I like to be social. At the same time, also like standing out in the parking lot looking at nothing but stars. That's a fun thing to do. And I definitely would be doing more of that this year. It's just something just amazing looking at the stars. Now, how many there are. I don't believe the Fermi paradox. I think it's limited. Yeah, I think there's a limited perspective. It's missing out on some very important aspects of the question. To me, the biggest limitation of that aspect was that it presumes life is how we define it. Not really a good presumption to have, because it's defined. You're defining it by I would say, given the entire galaxies or universe, saying that life is what we say it is. That seems both arrogant and limiting. I would say limiting. Probably be the best way to say it. Maybe even the nicest way to say it. I'll give the moon a bit more time to see if it gets any redder. But if it doesn't get any redder, I'm gonna call it. Oops. Turn the light off and take a look. I have to turn the light off too, because I don't know if it's necessarily getting any redder. I know it looks a little weird, but I can't keep my eyes out of the light. It's not too cold, it ruin my night vision. I think that's just wind mode again. But yeah, it's a first for me to do this type of thing. Just sit here, keep an eye on the moon, and go from there. Hopefully with a bit more camping this year. Enjoy some more time out. I'd rather be with someone hanging out and camping, just so I can share the experience with, enjoy company and casual chat. Oh, quite a vehicle. It is 2:45. Kill this light because I see brake lights. Not brake lights. That's funny. So it's actually the light from underneath my dash. That's kind of amusing. Things you become aware of what you think it might be, and it really wasn't. You did hear a car, then I saw a red light, but the red light is coming from my dash. As my dash has I had a 12 volt setup there, so it's got USB A, USB C, and an indicator, or voltage indicator. Which I should just turn off. I don't know if I can reach it, but let's see if I can. The window's open. Now I have to put the fan in there. There we go. So the fan to help get rid of the condensation from the front windshield. That's what it was designed for. That's what I got it for. I'll give it a little bit more time and then I'll make a call on the moon. I'll go double check it again, because why not? Yeah, it's not changing. Nothing I can obviously see. I think this is the most we're going to get. Not too red. So I think we've got what we could out of it. Interesting experiment. Let's see, if I pack up now, I'll be home somewhere around 4:30 in the morning. I'm still feeling pretty wide awake, so I think I can be able to make it home. I don't feel the least bit tired. Yeah, and even though my phone's been charging off my lithium battery, it's still at 96%. And that's with mostly charging while doing this, and the phone's at 68%. I think when I started, I forget what the battery percentage was at when I started doing the live stream here. And I was live streaming while I was driving, so I think it was sitting around somewhere at 65%, and just using battery but getting charged from the car while I was driving. So using about as much as it was being charged. So yeah, maybe it's a good time to pack up and head out. It's been fun. It's been an experiment, and totally worth it. Just turn my heat in the. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn the heat off. Turn the propane off that way and let it run out. That way I know there's no pressure propane. No pressure in the line, and it just runs it out and burns it off. As opposed to just let it, vent to the atmosphere. Might as well get some use out of it, right? I won't live stream on the way home. There's kind of no point. It was just a little experiment to have a little bit of fun. And there we go. Let's disconnect. That's turned off. Disconnect the line. Put a little plastic protective cover so no crap gets inside of there. This is the line. I do actually have another hose to split, so I can run the heater and the stove at the same time if I wanted to. lay the stove down there. Unplug the charging from the phone. This doesn't need to stay here anymore. I'll take it home. The fan can keep blowing, so I didn't really need the, oh, I needed the cot because it needed a place to sit, or at least potentially sleep. Yeah, one of my chairs, I don't know my chairs, but they're heavy to put back into the vehicle. So let this sit out so that it can cool off properly. Go and start the vehicle and undo the windows and stuff. So, anyways, thank you everybody for stopping by, and anyone who had those concerns. I'd like to thank the Reverend Morey, I think it was his name, allowed me to use the parking lot to sit and take pictures. And well, we'll see how that goes. If anyone's still watching, check out the Elemental Journeys -DD, and if the video is good, please stop the time lapse. Sorry, I just heard something. Yeah. I will post it on the that channel. I'll get this video, the lives that have been put together. I'll move them over there too, and hopefully that channel grows enough where we can get more people, have more fun. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night. Yeah, look at you.